small mountain town of Elm Ridge, nestled between endless pines and silver streams, lived a quiet young man named Eli. He was the local luthier, someone who crafted violins by hand. His shop, filled with the scent of wood and varnish, echoed with music that seemed to come from the trees themselves. Though his hands created masterpieces, his heart had always been untouched, silent, until she arrived. Her name was Mira, a traveling violinist who had grown tired of crowded cities and fading applause. She came to Elm Ridge seeking peace, renting a cottage near the woods. One rainy morning, her violin string snapped. She wandered into Eli's shop with her instrument wrapped in a silk scarf. Eli looked up, his eyes meeting hers, and something shifted in the air. "You made this?" Mira asked, running her fingers along the neck of a violin on display. "Yes," Eli replied, his voice low and soft like the sound of a bow gently brushing strings. "I've never seen craftsmanship like this," she whispered. From that moment, a quiet companionship began. Mira returned often, not just for her violin, but for the conversations, the silence they shared, and the soft tunes Eli would play when he thought she wasn't listening. Each evening, she'd practice her music by the lake. Eli would sit hidden among the trees, mesmerized. Myra's music wasn't just beautiful, it spoke. It told stories of loss, longing, and hope, feelings Eli had never dared to express. One autumn evening, as golden leaves fell like slow rain, Eli brought Mira a violin he had crafted just for her. It was different, warmer in tone, lighter in her hands. "I made it from the old pine behind the workshop," he said. "It's been standing here longer than either of us." Mira took it gently. "Play with me?" she asked. They stood beneath the twilight sky, two figures in harmony, as notes filled the air like whispers from another world. That winter, snow blanketed the mountains. Myra's concerts had returned, and she was invited to perform in Vienna. It was her dream, but leaving meant leaving Eli. "I don't want to go," she confessed, days before her departure. "But I must." Eli nodded. "Then go. And when you play, I'll be listening." Mira wept. And so she left, with the pinewood violin, carrying part of Elm Ridge and Eli in her heart. Years passed. Mira became known not just for her music, but for the haunting beauty of her melodies, melodies born from the forests of Elm Ridge and the man who taught her how silence, too, could sing. Then one spring day, Mira returned. Eli stood outside his shop, older now, but still quiet. "I kept hearing a song in my heart," she said, "and I followed it home." Without a word, he opened his arms. And beneath the pines, they played once more, two hearts in tune, forever. Where the lavender grows. Nestled in the heart of Provence, France, surrounded by endless lavender fields and sun-kissed hills, was a quiet village called Montauban. Life there was simple, fragrant with the scent of herbs and blossoms. It was the kind of place where the days moved gently and the stars still shone clearly at night. Among the locals was a young woman named Elena Moreau, the daughter of the village florist. Elena had grown up among petals and poems, tending flowers by day and sketching the sky by candlelight. She was quiet, but her eyes sparkled with stories yet untold. One summer evening, as the village prepared for its annual lavender festival, a stranger arrived. Julien Darcy, a travel photographer from Paris, had come to capture the famed purple fields. Worn out from years of chasing deadlines and city noise, Julien was seeking more than just pictures. He was searching for peace, maybe even belonging. Their paths crossed the next morning when Elena caught him trespassing on her family's lavender farm, camera in hand, startled by a bee. "You're in my lavender," she said, arms crossed, a slight smile playing on her lips. Julien laughed sheepishly. "I think your bee just tried to kill me." And just like that, something began. At first, it was simple. Julian offered to help with the harvest as a way to apologize. Elena, amused by his clumsy efforts, agreed. Day after day, they worked side by side. Julian took photos of her when she wasn't looking, captivated by the way she blended with the blooms. Elena, in return, found herself opening up to him, telling him about her dreams of illustrating a book, her love for quiet mornings, and how she believed every flower had a soul. The days grew warmer, and so did their bond. One evening, under a sky brushed with gold, they sat by the old stone well behind Elena's house. Julian turned to her, his voice low. "I never believed a place could feel like a person," he whispered. "Until I met you." Elena looked away, shy but glowing. "And I never believed I could miss someone before they even left." But life, like lavender, is both beautiful and brief. Julian's assignment was ending. Paris called him back. The city, the career, the life he had known. He packed his bags with a heavy heart. Elena, strong as she was, smiled through the ache. On his last night, he left her a letter tucked in a book she had once shown him. It read, "If you ever look out over these fields and miss me, know that I'm missing you too. But if I come back, it won't be for a photo. It will be for you." Seasons passed. The lavender bloomed again. And then, one morning, as Elena opened her shop, the bell above the door chimed. She turned, heart still, breath held. There he was. Julian. A little more sun-kissed, with the same boyish smile, and a camera slung around his neck. "I told Paris I couldn't photograph anything more beautiful than Montauban," he said. "And nothing more important than you." Elena didn't say a word. She walked up to him, took his hand, and led him out into the lavender fields, where the air was sweet, the breeze whispered promises, and love finally had its forever.